Kraig Rodenbeck, VP of Government Services for Runsheimer, on effective employee reimbursement programs that fit well with fleet drivers that use their vehicles for personal as well as business uses.
Vehicle reimbursement programs are still one of the largest product lines at Runsheimer. It's actually the first service that we started back in 1933 when we were first organized. And basically what that program is a reimbursement program for fixed and variable costs for employees who are driving personal vehicles on company business. We have grown that program over the years to include administration of all of the IRS requirements that are needed to keep the reimbursements non-taxable to drivers. We've also incorporated other services such as background checking, motor vehicle record checking. Some of the services that I've talked to here are also on the commercial side. The GPS mileage tracking, the route optimization, the driver safety training, all of those things really kind of round out the program. We have grown the program through companies who use us exclusively, as well as organizations who understand that for their purposes, leasing vehicles or owning vehicles makes sense for this portion of their fleet, but for the other portion of the fleet, maybe a reimbursement program makes sense, and if I'm going to do a reimbursement program, I want to do it right, I want to make sure it's non-taxable, I want to make it fair to my employees, and so they turn to Runsheimer for that service. We, as I said before, work with many different fleet managers in many of our organizations. In fact, many of our contacts are fleet managers. And it usually is to the point that I just mentioned, that for certain portions of the fleet manager is required to manage specialty vehicles or special equipment or certain types of vehicles, whereas for others, maybe the more mundane vehicles, the reimbursement program works better in that particular application. So as I said, we coexist with many fleet managers. We also find that fleet managers and other mobility managers that we work with, travel managers, relocation managers, are looking to expand their role within organizations. And as they do that, I think better understanding of what Runsheimer has to offer usually results in the fleet manager understanding how they can work with Runsheimer in a particular situation. In some cases, the reimbursement program is the way to go. In other cases, maybe it's not. Customer satisfaction is something that we've incorporated into our programs for many, many years. We typically find a very, very high satisfaction rate with our clientele at the 90+% level. We have a very high renewal rate of our clients. Once clients understand what our programs are all about, they generally renew with us year after year after year. We've had clients who have been with us all the way back to the start in 1933, which is something we're very, very proud of. And that's on the vehicle side as well as the relocation side, travel management, our government services unit. We've worked with the IRS, for example, for the last 30 years to help produce the cent per mile rate for U.S. taxpayer use. So long relationships with our clients is something we really, really pride ourselves on.